A lot of people ask me, does this business acquisition thing really work? Which is a fair question. And one of the ways to determine that is to look at those that have done this, see if they've been successful, see what they did, and then gauge, can you do those things to be successful as well? I can't guarantee success for you, but conversely, I can't guarantee that you won't be successful. So the title of this podcast is From 4 to 46 Deals in 2 Years. Probably got your attention, so let's talk about that. Is that one of the things that I created was my Hall of Fame. I'm very selective in who goes in that. There are 2 members in that now. There have been plenty more people that have done deals, but my criteria is pretty tight for the Pantheon. So I would encourage you first to go over and take a look at that. That's brucewhipple.com. If you go there, you're going to see there's a free class. You're going to see the coaching that I offer, the group coaching, which is full with a waiting list, and the VIP Mastermind, which does have some openings in it. And we're going to do 2 days of virtual training for VIP members in September. So remember that. You can take advantage of that if you join that VIP Mastermind soon. And then the boot camps and classes are there. And then there's a tab which is social media and Pantheon. So to the question of, does this really work? Go over to the Bruce Whipple Pantheon and take a look at the 2 people that I have put in there. One is Gabriel, the other is Amir. You'll see interviews with them if you dig a little deeper into that. And I'd encourage you to listen to that. But per the title of this, I want to talk to you about From 4 to 46 Deals in 2 Years. I met Gabriel in August of 2019. Met him as well in London when I was asked to be a master of ceremonies for a 1-day seminar over there. He never complained. He focused on what he needed to do. He learned the steps. I did mentor him one-on-one for a period of time, which I don't do anymore. VIP Mastermind is the best program that I have now. And he ended up going after it with a passion. To the question people often ask, well, I have a job. Guess what? He had a job and he worked 10 hours a day at it. So he worked before he went to his job. He worked when he came home, and he worked on average about 10 hours a day on Saturday and Sunday. So he was focused, to be sure, on this. He wanted to leave his corporate job, so we looked at that and we said, okay, so you got a family, you need some income. So we worked on getting deals done such that he could step off his corporate job and still have the income or better income. And we were successful in that. I think it was either 3 or 4. I think it was 4 jobs while he was working. So in July of 2022, basically 2 years ago, he ended up leaving his corporate job and doing this business acquisition full-time. Since July 2022, he has gone from those 4 deals to now 46 locations in the deals that he's done. Massive growth, changed his life. You'll hear that as you listen to it. The Pantheon interview was done before he got to 46, so he's even had more success since then. But there's lessons to be learned in that. Did he follow the steps? Yes. Did he stick to the steps clearly and follow them and then ask for help when he was confused? Absolutely. Truth be told, I have taken a piece of that deal. Glad that I did. Glad that I still work with him and help him when he needs help. It's also great to see the growth. And he has said that the hardest part of this is running a business now that he's got hundreds of employees. Amir's story over in the Pantheon is similar in a lot of ways in terms of focus, following the steps. So I would encourage you to listen to both of those. Watch those, actually. They're video interviews. And then take away from that what it is they did and what can you. And I'm not talking about what they did in the industry that they worked. They both worked in different industries. The industry isn't as important. This can work in almost all industries. But following the steps, putting good people around you, keeping your eye on what you want to accomplish, forget about what's not working, except to figure out what needs to change. That's important. And then just keep pushing. In Gabriel's case, a little thing called COVID came around. And during that time, he had 14 LOIs that blew up because businesses were closed, etc. So think about that for a second. Would you, after working hard to get 14 LOIs and had them all disappear, would you have continued? I can't answer that question, but most people would not. He didn't quit. We just buckled down and figured out, okay, what's next? And then he went to work. He did the heavy lifting. I was happy to help him along the way, but he did the heavy lifting. And the rest is history. His life has changed. It won't be the same as it would have been in a corporate career, and I'm glad for whatever part that I played in that. But I would encourage you to think about that. Most people, and if this is you, don't think that you're the only one. Most people are pretty laden with fear about doing this process. They're out of their comfort zone. But you will find that your comfort zone expands as you follow these steps. If you follow the steps, don't jump the steps. That's a big problem. So I hope that helps. If you're not knowing what to do, again, go over to brucewhipple.com. The Acquisition Advantage Bootcamp will lay out the steps that you need to follow. There's free material, free course if you want to go there directly, just brucewhipple.com/free course. But take a look at those Pantheon video interviews. You'll learn a lot from them. And if you're serious, and I don't know if you're serious or not, there's a lot of people that listen but sit on the sidelines and never take action. Go over to the VIP Mastermind, look at that, ignore that it says sold out. There are some openings, but I like to talk to people before I take their money to make sure that they would be a good fit. And I wish you the same fortune that Amir and Gabriel have had. And just realize if other people can do it, ask yourself the question, why can't I do it? But that requires you to know what you want to do, take the right actions, keep pushing. Don't get daunted by temporary failure or defeat along the way, and just move forward. And those that take action the quickest and the most and are focused and know what to do usually have a much, much better chance of getting to the goal line. So hope that helps, and I hope to hear from you, particularly if you're interested in the VIP Mastermind. Send me an email, bruce@brucewhipple.com, once you understand what the financial and time commitment is, and we'll see if you can fit into that program.